All right, let's just dive right into this explainer, shall we? We are going to uncover the actual science behind those viral hair growth oils absolutely taking over your feed right now. If you've spent any time on social media lately, you've undoubtedly seen countless videos of people claiming a single magical oil transformed their thinning hair into thick, flowing locks in just a matter of weeks. But as someone who loves getting to the root of things, pun totally intended, I really wanted to look at the actual clinical data. Specifically, we're going to get to the bottom of the truth behind pumpkin seed oil, which is a wild story. Two doctors recently put every viral hair oil through a rigorous scientific scorecard, and honestly, the results are going to completely change how you treat your hair. What's really wild here is the massive gap between what social media promises and what dermatological testing actually proves. We have millions of views pushing rapid growth claims on one side, and on the other, well, clinical tests looking at follicular bioavailability. Now, I know that sounds like a mouthful, but it's really just a fancy medical way of asking, can this oil actually reach the living root where hair is made? And does it do anything at all once it gets there? As we're about to see, most oils don't even come close. Here's our roadmap for today. We'll be hitting 1. The viral oil illusion, 2. The failed and overrated, 3. Protection and scalp health, 4. The pumpkin oil truth, 5. Internal root causes, and finally, 6. The scalp first revolution. Let's get right into it. Section 1. The failed and overrated. These are our F and D tier oils. So let's start at the absolute bottom of the barrel with the oils that have zero, and I mean literally zero, human clinical proof for hair growth. Now, when the doctors rated these F tier, it didn't mean they were necessarily bad for everything in the world. It just meant they showed up to the wrong competition. They might have a real job, but they simply do not grow hair. Take batana oil, for example. Despite being the biggest social media hype right now, batana oil only conditions the hair shaft. It does absolutely nothing to stimulate the actual follicle. Sure, it is incredibly rich in conditioning fatty acids like oleic and lauric acid, which is great for length retention, meaning your hair stops breaking at the end so it looks longer. But in terms of actual human hair growth studies, there are exactly zero. Then there's castor oil. Oh boy, another major offender. It's thick, it's sticky, and it leaves an incredibly heavy residue. People swear by it for edge growth, but not only is there no human proof, the heavy buildup can cause something called acute hair felting. This is a condition where the hair mats so severely that it becomes completely irreversible. You are literally forced to take scissors and cut your hair off. I mean, no way, right? That is the exact opposite of what you want for your fragile edges. But wait, it gets worse. Beyond just the physical damage, there's a real biological risk here. The crucial point to understand is that coating your scalp in thick oils like castor actually creates a suffocating environment. And guess what? That environment feeds a yeast called malassezia, causing the exact hair shedding you were trying to stop in the first place. This yeast absolutely thrives on heavy oils and dead skin, triggering seborrheic dermatitis. Your scalp gets inflamed, it gets super itchy, it flakes, and an inflamed scalp inherently sheds more hair. It's a vicious cycle. Moving slightly up to the D tier, we've got emu, grapeseed, amla, and moringa oils. Now, these sound great on paper, but they completely lack the human data to prove they can regrow your hair. Emu oil penetrates the scalp beautifully, sure, but the follicle reactivation claims, those come from animal studies where it was literally mixed with minoxidil. Grapeseed oil worked in a petri dish. Amla and moringa oils showed promise in blocking the enzyme that turns testosterone into DHT, which is a primary driver of baldness, but again, only in mice and rabbits. The human evidence just isn't there yet. All right, Section 2, Protection and Scalp Health. This is where we hit our C and B tiers. If we finally stop asking these oils to miraculously sprout new hair out of nowhere, we can actually start appreciating them for what they do well, incredible cosmetic and structural benefits. Sitting in the C tier, coconut oil is amazing for preventing split ends and water-induced swelling damage because it acts like armor for the hair shaft. But, again, it will not grow new hair. In clinical studies, coconut oil was the only one shown to significantly reduce hair protein loss. Because it physically penetrates the hair strand, it shields it against what dermatologists call high-growth fatigue, which is just the swelling damage from water on wash day. It's perfect for protecting the length you already have, but it never sends a growth signal to the root. Stepping up to the B tier, we have black seed oil. Now, if your hair thinning is being driven by an inflamed scalp or conditions like alopecia areata, this oil's star compound, thymoquinone, is actually small enough to penetrate deeply and calm the follicle. It doesn't penetrate quite as deeply as emu oil, but that microscopic thymoquinone hitches a deeper ride, bringing real targeted anti-inflammatory and immune-regulating benefits straight to the living root. It's pretty much the undisputed winner for scalp health. And now, Section 3, the pumpkin oil truth. This is our sole A-tier winner, and the main event we've been building toward. Okay, the moment we've been waiting for. Let's uncover the actual clinical truth behind the only oil to earn an A-tier rating for true hair growth. In a massive sea of viral trends, marketing gimmicks, and animal testing, there was exactly one botanical oil that cleared the gatekeeper and produced undeniable human growth data. In clinical trials for men with hereditary pattern hair loss, pumpkin seed oil achieved an unbelievable 40% increase in mean hair count, compared to just a 10% increase in the placebo group over 24 weeks. Its star compounds are phytosterols, specifically beta-sitosterol, which directly influence the DHT hormone pathway responsible for hereditary hair loss. A 40% increase? That is absolutely the strongest natural oil number found in the clinical literature. But you guys, here is the massive twist. It's a real game changer. The science only supports this incredible 40% growth if you swallow the oil as a supplement, meaning rubbing it on your head won't give you these results. This is the part almost every influencer completely leaves out. You have to ingest the pumpkin seed oil capsules to get that systemic DHT blocking effect. The doctors note that if you are going to use it topically, you should just treat it as a nourishing base or carrier oil. But the true A-tier magic, the actual clinically proven growth, happens from the inside out. Which leads us right into Section 4, internal root causes, fixing the actual foundation. So this brings us to a pretty hard reality check. If you're doing absolutely everything right topically and you are still losing hair, the problem is happening beneath the surface. You can have the most perfect routine of C-tier coconut oil for your strands and B-tier black seed oil for inflammation, but if your internal chemistry is off, your hair is going to continue to fall out. Your hair follicles are incredibly energy-hungry tissues. That means internal issues like low iron from fibroids or hormonal shifts from PCOS will force your body to power down hair production immediately. Think about it. If you have heavy cycles quietly draining your iron month after month, your ferritin drops. Your body enters survival mode and basically decides that making hair is a luxury it can no longer afford. Similarly, excess androgens from PCOS will physically shrink the hair follicle, which usually shows up as thinning at the crown. Or, during menopause, when your protective estrogen drops, pattern thinning speeds up. I love how the doctors who conducted this scorecard summarized it. They said, oils are just the garnish, while internal health is the meal. You simply cannot cure an internal medical deficiency with an external cosmetic oil. You have to test, not guess. Get your ferritin checked, check your hormones, check your iron. Once you fix the internal meal, then you can start playing with the topical garnish. All right, Section 5, the Scalp First Revolution and the ToxiTress system. Now that we know rubbing oils on our heads isn't the topical miracle social media claims it is, how do we properly protect our hair on the outside, especially when wearing heavy, high-tension styles like braids, wigs, or sew-ins? If heavy viral oils like Castor just feed yeast and trap sweat, we need a complete paradigm shift in how we approach styling. Instead of waiting to react to damage after taking out a wig or sew-in, the ToxiTress system operates on the medical principle that healthy installs must start with a deeply purified scalp. Traditional oils are just marketed as quick fixes. ToxiTress is entirely different. It is a proactive scalp-first preparation system designed to prevent the damage, the flaking, and the tension before you even sit in the stylist's chair. By swapping out those heavy, yeast-feeding oils for this sequential 4-layer ritual, you are actively combating all that trapped sweat and product buildup that causes shedding under protective styles. It's actually a beautifully engineered process. First, you reset with the extract detox to completely clear the slate. Then, you prepare the barrier with a Restore Botanical Infusion. Next, you treat the scalp with Purify to keep it balanced while it's hidden away in your style. And finally, you finish with the Velvet Clean Mist to seal it all in. It completely avoids all the clogging pitfalls of those F-tier oils. And rather than risking that terrifying acute hair felting with unproven castor oil, this specialized pen directly targets and repairs the localized hairline damage caused by tight breeding. We all know protective styles exert severe physical tension on the hairline, which leads to traction alopecia. The Temple Therapy Edge Repair Pen was formulated specifically for this vulnerability. It offers targeted tension relief right where you need it most, without suffocating the follicle in thick grease. So before you go out and buy yet another viral miracle oil, you really have to ask yourself, are you just garnishing the problem, or is it time to actually treat the foundation?
we've seen today that the real truth behind hair growth relies on internal health, like those oral pumpkin seed capsules providing systemic, science-backed relief from the inside out, and creating a clean, balanced scalp environment free from suffocating residues on the outside. So, what does this all mean for you? Are you ready to rethink your routine from the root up? I hope this explainer has empowered you with the actual science you need to make the best choices for your hair. Until next time, stay curious and keep learning.